Real quick suffixes. Megaly, we talked about megalo before, is enlargement. So what would cardiomegaly be?
Enlarged heart.
Enlargement of the heart. Okay, what about renomegaly? I don't know if that's word.
Enlargement of the kidney.
Kidney, yeah. Okay, good. Okay, necrosis means death. Necrosis means death. So if I say osteonecrosis, what would that be?
Bone death.
Bone death. So specific part of your bone doesn't get good oxygen, doesn't get blood flow. It can cause it to actually die. They have to take it out.
So how would you say brain dead?
I don't know, cerebral necrosis? I'm not sure. I'm not in
That's not right. That's not right.
It's probably specific one area that you would say would be. Anyways, logy is the study of, like, cardiology would be what?
Study of the heart.
Gastrology.
Study of the stomach.
And that works for anything like that, like psychology is the study of the mind. Biology is the study of life, and so forth. Okay, osis is an abnormal condition. So if I said nephrosis, what would that be? Nephrosis. Kidney, abnormal condition of the kidneys. Neurosis would be abnormal condition of the nerves. Quote. What about, I can't think of anything else. Anyways, ostomy is a surgical opening, okay? An opening means that it stays open. Like a tracheostomy would be where? In the trachea, which is your windpipe, right? That's what connects your throat to your lungs. So if y'all have ever seen anybody that had an opening, a surgical opening right here, okay? That's a tracheostomy. Ostomy means it stays open. If you've ever known anybody who had like a feeding tube in their belly, that's called a gastrostomy.
Oh, honey.
Opening into the stomach.
Is that what they have for the people that have it right here? Is that for like that have been smoking for a long time or something?
It's a tracheostomy. They've either had throat cancer or mouth cancer or something along those lines.
Well, Lacey, when she was young,
And some people,
she had to get fed through her stomach, so I guess that's the same thing.
yeah, a gastrostomy is just an opening through the stomach. And some, some people have to have that if they have trouble eating or swallowing. That's something that's pretty, you see that pretty regular. They actually have these little tubes, they're about this long, and they can put them into their belly, and they have a little bulb on the back of them that makes them stay in place. They're called a Mickey button. And a tube just hooks into it to do feedings or whatever. So that way it's not so obtrusive, it's just a little bitty button on their belly, you can usually see it. But that's a gastrostomy. Ostomy means opening. And as you'll see, you might meet somebody with a colostomy, which is where they've actually part of their colon they've pulled to the outside of their body, and they'll wear a bag, and that's what empties waste actually on their body.
My cousin has one of those.
You probably seen some or at least heard of it, and that's for somebody's had colon cancer, or maybe they had some kind of You did? Really?
I swear.
You did? Like temporarily?
Yeah, got a scar.
What for?
I don't remember. I was a baby. I had like 3 surgeries within a couple of months.
Well, they could have been maybe part of. Sometimes people get them temporarily, like if they have to do surgery on one part of the colon or intestine, and they need it to rest for a while, and so they'll do that temporarily. But that's something, pretty routine actually these days. But an ostomy is an area that stays open. Okay, this next word, an otomy or otomy, just means an incision into. So, like they make a cut into something. That's when you use otomy. So a tracheotomy would be where they actually make the incision into the trachea. A tracheostomy is the openings whenever it stays open. Does that make sense? Everybody see the difference in those? Make sure you study. I always remember because os means opening or like mouth. Anyways. Rhea means flow, or it can mean discharge. So like rhinorrhea, for example, would be what? Flow out of the nose. Okay, so if you ever have a runny nose, your doctor's going to write in your chart that you have rhinorrhea. Okay, if you think of diarrhea Dia,
Oh,
dia means complete. So diarrhea literally means complete flow. What that word means. Let's see. Okay, pathy is disease. So what if I say cardiopathy? Heart disease. Neuropathy. Nerve disease. Okay, nephropathy. Kidney disease. Good. Okay, plasty is a surgical repair. Sometimes I remember this because I think of plastic surgery. So like a rhinoplasty would be what?
Nose repair.
Nose repair. Okay, and there's all kinds. You can have an angioplasty. What would an angioplasty be?
Vessel repair.
Vessel repair. Okay, sclerosis means hardening. Sclerosis means hardening. So arteriosclerosis would be what?
Artery hardening.
Yes, hardening of the arteries. Okay, a scope is an instrument to view. Okay, it's not the act of viewing, it is the instrument itself. So an otoscope would be what?
Ear scope.
Yes, an instrument to view the ear. So doctors ever looked in your ear? That's an otoscope. Okay, you can have an ophthalmoscope, where they look into the eye. Laparoscope would be what?
Look in your mouth? No.
Laparo.
Abdomen.
Abdomen. Okay, instrument used to view the abdomen. And then the last one is stenosis. Okay, and that's a narrowing. Stenosis is narrowing. So, and that can be, sometimes you'll actually hear stenosis used as its own word. So like a blood vessel can be stenotic or have stenosis, vasostenosis, vessel, yeah. That's it, and we're done with these terms. Last one.
So when you have scoliosis, what's wrong with it?
Scoliosis is a little bit different than this. Scoliosis is on the spine, and it's where it's kind of S-shaped. All curved.
Did you have condoms
Yes, you can have, it has different, some of it, I mean, I've seen people who is like, most people it's just the spot. I had my roommate when I was nursing. My roommate when I was nursing actually